right, so we're here with not only an independent artist, but also a great friend of ours, and Elsten Torres. And we're so happy to have you here through Skype.
Yes, it's great. It's great to be here, Louis. Thank you for the invitation.
Awesome. We're bridging the gap, you know, long distances. It doesn't matter. We can still talk and hang out.
Yeah, we were just saying you're going through a snowstorm in New York, and I'm turning off my air conditioning here in Miami. How crazy is that?
Yeah. Well, as you know, we work for a video game music site, online radio station. And, you know, if someone was to approach you and say, you know, we need music for a video game, right? How would you handle that sort of request? How would you, you know, knowing what you know and your experience, how would you approach such a request like that?
Well, I guess I would approach it like I do approach a lot of other things that I do musically. First, I would ask them what they were going for, what is the theme, or what is the atmosphere of that particular scene in a video game, and what it is that they need. What are they looking for? And then I would do a little bit of research and listen to other types of music, just to get an idea, not to copy it, but just to get an idea of which direction to go in. And then I would try to create something that fit that particular scene in the video game.
If the video game, for example, was a knight that the ultimate goal was to get his most loving significant other to safety, then I guess you would probably search inside a lot of the love songs that you've written in the past, and maybe think about something like that. Yeah,
something like that. I would definitely look at what it is that they need, and I would definitely try to find a love song that would be adequate to that. Maybe something with a Led Zeppelin type of twist to it.
Yeah.
To give it that night, type of thing.
It's kind of happening already. Look, you're creating it.
I'm already creating it.
All right, so I want to talk about this big project, this really awesome project, Waiting for Clouds.
Right. And
it's something that, I like the way that it's being presented. You went to pledgemusic.com to support on the project, and so far a lot of people have gone in there and showed how excited they are about this project and how much they want it to materialize.
Yes.
What made you decide to take this approach with this album?
Well, this album is what I consider the follow-up to Individual, which was the album that we met through a few years back now. That was the album that was nominated for a Grammy. And it's taken me a few years to finish this one album, Waiting for Clouds, which I consider the follow-up again. Again, I'm working with Brendan on this album, a former Fulano de Tal band member who used to be in my band back in the 90s. The reason I chose this route was basically given the way that social media and the internet and how we communicate nowadays has changed. I thought it would be a good idea just to get people involved that know me already, and people who might not know my music that well but know songs that I've written for other artists, to get involved in the process of what it takes to be an indie artist nowadays in a social media savvy world. And I wanted to connect to people, and I wanted them to have the ability to see what it is, the struggles, the highlights, the lowlights, and the in-betweens. And I think it's a good way for people to participate. And obviously the funding part helps us artists complete our projects or take it to the next level, at whatever level you're at. In my case, the album is pretty much almost done already. It's already mixed, and everything was mixed by my good friend Sebastian Chris, who's I don't know how many times he's won a Grammy, but it's like 14.
Yeah, a lot of times.
A lot of times. So I got to work with two of my best buddies in the music business, Brendan again and Sebastian. And I took that approach because I wanted to. I also wanted to get a feel for people and see what they felt about doing a new album like this, because it has been a while since Individual, and I wanted to retouch that that sentiment that I started back then, you know.
Yeah, and it is really exciting. I like the fact that there are updates as part of this, and some of the updates are some behind-the-scenes photos. I saw a video there of some tweaking going on,
Yeah.
and that's always interesting to me. It's like, how do you know when to stop tweaking a song? Like, you could go back to it and change this and change that. How do you know when something's done and you feel, all right, that's the one, that's it?
Well, that's to me, that's the maturity of an artist or of a project or the group of people that you're working with. When you're young, you never stop. You're like, no, it's got to be more. It's got to be better. It's got to be. But there comes to a certain point of time where you have to finish a project. You have to finish a song in order to move on, because if not, you just keep going. You never finish it. One of the biggest advices I always give to young artists, young songwriters who ask my advice, is that when you start something, whether it's a song, whether it's a recording, finish it. No matter if you think it's not ready, finish it, because that's only going to help you on the next project you do, on the next song you do. Because if you sit on something too long, then it's just going to linger there, and then you're going to move on to something else, and you're going to forget about that. And I think when you finish stuff, it's all like to me, even at this stage of my career where I've been doing this for a long time professionally, I still feel like with every project I learn something new, and that's the beauty of being a musician and doing what we do, is that you never stop learning. You never stop learning from yourself and from other people that you work with. So that's an important thing.
I like the promo video that's part of Pledge Music. It's a really cool, like, 3-minute video, and it's you explaining the project, and it's you playing some music as well. So it's you with yourself, calling yourself a buddy.
What about Bleeding Hearts Club? Yeah, Bleeding Hearts Club. That's a good choice. Go ahead. Hi, my name is Elsten Torres, and I'm a singer-songwriter here to introduce to you my new album, Waiting for Clouds.
How did that concept come to be? It's a really nice approach.
Great. Again, that's my girlfriend, Milcha. She came up with that idea. She's a very talented director, and she came up with the concept of splitting the screen and having two of me.
Right.
And basically the interaction between me and myself, talking about the project and the Pledge Music campaign and what's coming up with Waiting for Clouds, and we had a lot of fun with it. It was a lot of work. We went in thinking I would do this in 2 hours we'll be done.
You're right.
Six hours later we were still there saying, "Oh, this is a lot harder than we thought."
Yeah.
So what was tricky about it was the timing. Because I had to record one part first.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then the second part, so she had to sync that when I was talking to myself that it would work, that it made sense, obviously.
Yeah,
so.
you end up talking to yourself, and I don't know if it was, it looks like it's one long take. I'm sure it was edited, but it looks seamless, so it does look like, you're talking to yourself. And
actually,
I'm like, wow.
You're right, it is. Each one was
each one, I knew it.
It was a long take. Yeah, there was no editing in that.
That was amazing.
The only editing came when she had to put both together.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. I could tell, and that was brilliant. That was awesome.
Yeah,
I loved it. Yeah.
I still don't know how she pulled it off, but she did. So she said, "I can do this. I promise you." I said, "Okay, let's do it."
Well, I enjoyed having this moment with you. I enjoyed talking about this new project, and I can't wait to see what else comes up, what the next updates are. And I hope that everybody else that's listening to this interview definitely checks it out. It's really exciting, and I can't wait to hear more news about this project.
Well, thank you, Luis, for your support. It's always I consider you a friend, and I really appreciate your support and your backing me up on this. It's an important album for me, for my career, and I hope that everybody goes and visits Pledge Music, Elsten Torres. Just look for it.
Like the story of Cain, there's no joy out of pain. Sometimes bad and the good feels the same. When you run like a king,